up? It's Impossible Coin, and because I'm talking, that means Brian's not here. Brian's out. Post lewds. I'm kidding. But since Brian isn't here, we may end up talking about anime this week. Because I know we haven't done an anime episode in a while, so maybe we'll take the opportunity. Who knows? Let's ask Tegan Somerset. Tegan, what are your thoughts?
We should also talk about anime. We have games to talk about, but we should also talk about anime.
Okay, for sure.
It's important. It's important to give the people what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been people asking for anime, so they got. If you don't want anime, sorry.
Hold that.
It'll be here. We'll do games first, and then we'll do anime.
All right.
That way, when we're just like, okay, now it's the anime part. Anyone who's here for just games knows it's cool to go.
Yeah, for sure.
No harm, no foul. Obviously, but
yeah, we're not fouling today. That's for sure. Teams, what games do you want to talk about?
I'm playing more Blueprints.
For sure.
My brain is small. The puzzles are big. It's okay though. Every time I interact with it, I encounter new things about myself and my way of thinking. That has been fun for me.
All right.
I just it's mostly been things I notice versus things that are important.
No.
Sometimes I'll get really hung up. I've noticed I've gotten really hung up on like a couple things that just there are not answers for, or do not matter for any of the puzzles that I'm trying to solve in the moment. Maybe it'll be useful a lot later, but not right now. So, how there's dynamite in the trading post?
Mm-hmm.
You know how it's just like, oh, that's too dangerous to do anything with.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. It turns out there's more than just that interaction. And I did not think about it because I said, oh, the game says it's too dangerous to do anything with. And then I wrote it off entirely. And that was the wrong thing to do. So
did you blow up the trading post?
Not yet.
Okay, for sure.
Not yet, but only because I haven't been able to craft a burning glass yet. So, but I did today successfully maneuver my way down into the tunnels.
Okay.
Under the reservoir.
The safe house.
The stars finally aligned, and I have been in the safe house now officially.
For sure.
On my own. It was very fun. It showed me the answer to a secret to a puzzle that I already know exists, and I don't know what to do with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like what?
So in spoilers. So in the room with the chessboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the underground train station area, there is a piece of paper that has a drawing of one of the walls in that room, specifically the one with a crack on it.
Oh, to like tell you to break it open. So you can
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you can see the castle puzzle. I've already seen the castle puzzle. I have no idea what to do with it, but I have seen it. I know it's there. I can't do anything to it as far as I'm aware, but the fact that it's bringing it up a second time tells me that even though I've gone, well, I don't know what this is about. Apparently it's important.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
For sure.
I've opened 5 sanctums now. I opened the one that has what I have discovered is a mirror shape. The pentagon, the mountains, the hourglass, and the diamond. But I have 3 left to go. And I don't know where 2 of the keys. Well, I know where one of the keys is, but I don't know where key number 5 is. According to the hint that we got, it says the 5th key is held by a king on his throne. No idea what that is. No idea.
Fair enough.
My first initial thought is like, oh, it's being clever. It's going to be in the lavatory. So I need to draw lavatory in the king position on the this is how my brain is working right now. I need to draw the lavatory in the king position on the board, on the chessboard that we're all looking at, right? And then but I have to be sheltered also, and then it'll show up. But I don't know if that's actually right.
It's not.
Oh, good, cool, great. No idea where it is then.
For sure.
Because that was my first thought when I saw the word throne, because I haven't seen anything else that looks like a throne yet. You know? And I'm pretty sure the second key is in the safe deposit box, in the vault. But I don't know which one. I've opened 2 of those so far. I've opened box 304 and box 233. And that's it. So that's where I'm sitting right now. I still feel like I can open the west gate.
Okay.
I don't know how. I still haven't found any more microchip keys. No idea where any of those are or what to do about it. And I think I've added my final room floor plan that's available from the drawing room to my pool. Okay. Which the one that I've put off adding the longest is the vestibule. And that's it. That's what I got. Me either. And the reason I didn't want to draw it is because it counts as a hallway. But what happens is every time you open a door in the vestibule, the other 3 doors lock. And that sounds like a pain in the ass.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
So.
But I mean, if you have keys, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah. If you have a ton of keys or like a laundromat, or the laundry room or whatever, it doesn't sound so bad. I've also managed to buy a new clue, but I have not been able to look at a new clue while I have a magnifying glass. I got one or the other every time so far. For sure. And I'm only on day 80, so.
I mean, you're ahead of me.
Well, you've been busy. You've been playing other stuff.
I do have a lot going on.
You have so many things going on. I don't have anything going on. I just got work.
Yeah, okay.
Work and fighting for my life. That's it. You know?
The worthy causes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I haven't done much in Blueprints in a while. I mean, I know I did there was a day where I sat down and did a few days in a row, and I solved the roommate puzzle. I solved the gallery puzzle. And I did go to the vault for the first time, and I think those are the big things I did most recently. I've done a handful of things. Tegan, I don't know if I want to tell you this, but I think there's something very simple that you're overlooking about the 5th room thing. I'm not going to give you the answer, but
I mean that sounds right to me. You know?
Right.
That sounds right to me. That's what I mean. Is I'm sitting here and it's like every time I'm like, "Oh, I think I have this figured out." I super don't because of something else that I'm ignoring entirely because my brain isn't registering it as important.
Right. Then instead of telling you, I guess what I want to tell you, I'm just going to pose a question to you if you don't mind. What if the word throne in that sentence was interpreted literally?
Like an actual throne?
Right.
Oh, God, I don't know where I'd look then.
Yeah, that's fair. I hear that.
I mean, I assume, part of me wanted to assume it was a literal throne, but I don't know where a throne is. I don't think I've seen a throne.
Sure.
You know? That I'm aware of.
I mean, I believe you.
Frightening on its own.
That probably makes a significant amount of sense, but I feel like there's a lot of royal imagery and reference throughout the story. And if we're being honest, we both know about a plot to steal a literal crown and return it to its rightful throne. And while the rightful throne isn't in the house, there is a chance that maybe there's a throne of its own in this particular house.
See, I believe there is a throne of its own. I just don't know where it would be. And so one of the things that I did was I tracked all the letters. I know
you have all 7 letters now. That's right.
I have all 7 letters. And I have tracked whether or not they have gems associated with them.
Oh, really? Do not all the letters have gems?
Not all the letters have gems. No, one letter does not have a gem. And there is also one gem standee that does not have a letter.
There's also outside of the game. The game has been patched to make it so that the safes no longer relock, so that whenever you go into a room that has a safe in it, it will simply open if you've opened it before.
That is super nice. I think you might have to reopen the safes though, because I have opened the safe in the oh god, let me pull up my letter tab. I have opened the safe in the drafting studio, and it is not open when I look at it again. So I think you have to open them a second time since the patch, and then after that, probably.
Maybe so. I saw some chatter about it earlier today, and people seem to be surprised that they were just able to walk in. But if that's not the case, then is what it is.
Yeah, I did see that patch update, but I only encountered the one safe on my run, and I do have to open it. So, but yeah, that's all. The letter that we are missing is letter number 3.
For sure.
I have all the other letters. And I took notes on what their contents were, and I took notes on the outsides of the envelopes, and I took notes about who they're to and who they're from, and when about they were dated, I have all that stuff. I don't know if it means anything.
I mean, it might, honestly.
It might. But yeah. I'm very pleased with my notes. They have been great.
Hell yeah.
And sometimes I'll go through something and I'll be like, shit, I didn't write that down,
Real. Maybe I should make some time for blueprints this week. I don't know. We'll see. I've been getting a handle on defensive mahjong. I think I get it now.
Yeah. I've been watching you play a lot of mahjong. And by watching you play a lot of mahjong, I mean, I pull up Discord and Discord goes, Rocky's playing mahjong. And I go, of course Rocky's playing mahjong.
Wow. I think it's been a big focus for me for the past week. I've been trying to let stream stuff be stream stuff lately. And I've been doing my other stuff. I want Mahjong Soul. I'm trying to get back to the expert thing. I made a mistake initially, which may not have been a mistake. Maybe it's a design conceit, but when you start out, you get access to one level of room, which is the bronze rooms. And then when you get to the second tier, which is adepts, you get access to silver rooms, but you can still play in bronze rooms. And what I did is that I cruised all the way to expert by just smashing bronze rooms. But by the time I got to expert, I was getting blown up in silver rooms because they just play a different type of mahjong there. It's just what it is, a different weight class. And I wasn't prepared for it, and I took a lot of big losses, and I got demoted out of it. So now I'm trying to grind all the way back up specifically through silver rooms, and it's going a lot better. I'm learning a lot, and that's nice. But I definitely shied away from it, and maybe I shouldn't have done that the first time. But I don't know. It's ranked play, so you're gonna go up and down as you learn stuff and you hit walls. But I feel I feel a lot more comfortable where I'm at now. One thing that I used to do was Rishi automatically. It's oh, I can Rishi, now I'm done. But there are a lot of weights that you just shouldn't take in Rishi, honestly. And one time I think the thing that broke me on that habit was that there was one time where I pressed Rishi, but there were literally no tiles that I could pick up so I could win.
Oh no.
And it's just why'd I do that? That doesn't make any sense. And I'm stuck here. And I just gotta, and best case scenario, no one happens to win and I get to get the points at the end of it. And worst case scenario, I just deal into someone else and they win. And like all of that was terrible. It really pissed me off. But like I'm starting to do more of that. I'm getting better at reading like the wall and like determining what tiles are still in play and what people might actually be building. I'm much more comfortable playing with the closed hand
too, though.
It's one of those things because you're so busy looking at your own hand and trying to make something out of it. And like, especially if you don't have like an encyclopedic knowledge of the Yakus or whatever, you're just like, I'm trying to bend things into one of three things. And that's difficult for sure. Rather than reacting to the tiles that you actually have in your hand. And then like deciding if you're going to play an open hand or a closed hand is definitely a big deal. Closed hands generally are just worth more points. And it's like astronomically worth more points. Like I've had like hands that I've opened that are worth like 2,000 points. And if I had just kept my hand closed, it would have been 6 times as much. But I probably wouldn't have gotten the tiles as quickly, like there's definitely a speed thing to consider, but it's like, it's totally different when like you get to a point where you're just like, I'm just going to sit around and wait for the open hand, or like realizing that you could rishi, which means that you're in Tenpai, but you already have a Yaku in your hand. So you don't have to rishi. So you don't have to tell the table I'm about to win. And they play a lot less like defensively because of it. And you can take
because they're just like, nobody's really about to win.
Right. But even then, like you can see if people are in Tenpai because you can see how their discards change. Like there are a lot of defensive discards where they'll just like, I'm only dropping honor tiles and they'll drop terminals or whatever. But then suddenly they just drop 3 6s in a row and you're just like, what's that about? And like, they might be fucking around, but they also might be looking for something specific and they don't want to endanger their current hand, which is a totally different thing. And like, you just, it's one of those things where like the game itself, because of how fast it is, you just have a limited amount of bandwidth. Like, I think if you could sit and stare at a particular hand for like a minute and a half, at least, you could definitely just kind of cruise and make optimal decisions every time. But like, because you have at max 20 seconds per turn, like you just don't have enough bandwidth to do a lot of stuff. But then like, as you become more comfortable with like what Yakus look like and how to manage your hand and like tile efficiency and then reading the wall, like you just suddenly have more space to make more strategic decisions. And that's really cool. I'm having a lot of fun with that.
I see. Mahjong is a big brain game.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Like, old people play it because of the experience, Like, it's one of those things where, like, there's still a very significant luck component to, like, any Mahjong game. Like, better players are better at capitalizing on those things, but it's still luck-based, Like, some jackass might hit 13 orphans, which I did once, because I got crazy lucky, and I probably shouldn't have gone for that. Also, there's 2 different kinds of 13 orphans, which is nuts. There's 13 orphans where you're just waiting for one tile to complete the hand, but there is a different one, which is a double Yakuman, which is where you already have the 13 orphans. And so if you got any of the additional 13 orphans to complete the double, that's a 13 orphans, 13 weight, which is worth twice as many points. It's like 60K if you hit it.
Oh, God.
But like, who has time for that? You know what I mean?
How would you even... There's no way to come back from that, too.
Right.
Yeah, like if you win that, game's over. Doesn't matter what place you're in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
God. I hate that.
I mean, almost no one's ever going to hit it. And like, the thing is that if you're paying attention to the dead wall, you should never get caught by it. Because like, what you'll notice is that like, there's one person who hasn't dropped any like terminals, because the thing is, if you drop a single terminal for the 13 weight, then suddenly all of your remaining ones are in Furiten, which means they have to draw it to win.
Oh, God.
And so like, if you notice that they're not dropping any like terminal tiles or honor tiles, and you notice that they're just dropping like random numbers, like if you just see them dropping like middle numbers that usually are reserved for like the end of the round because they're much more dangerous, like 3s and like 5s and 7s. And that's all that they're dropping, and they haven't dropped a single honor tile or single terminal. Like, this idiot's going for 13 orphans, and then you just don't drop any orphans anymore. That's just it. And then like, the thing about 13 Orphans is that it is a double Yakuman. It's a Yakuman and then 13 Orphans is a double Yakuman, which is worth an insane amount of points. But it's also very easy to spot and like super simple to counterplay. And like even if you just like fold or whatever, like it's generally a desperation play. Either you're so far ahead that it doesn't matter and you're just going to go for it, or you're so far behind that you absolutely need this hand. And both of those options, you just starve them out, which you can do. Like it is not hard. You just got to see it happening.
I don't think I could see it.
I mean, maybe not right now. And like, if you play more, I think maybe you would. Like, it's just one of those things. It's like, I'm trying to find a good analogy. It's like if you're on like, what's the airport level in Splatoon? Marlin Airport?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Marlin Airport, and you can see someone that has like a reef slider ult, and they're just like on flat land, and they're just going to drive it directly towards center. Like, you can see that from a mile away, and that's just all it is. Like, all you have to do is get out of the way, and then they can't do anything. They don't get any bonus out of it. They just wasted their ult for no good reason. And like, I don't know, like, there's just stuff like that just becomes obvious as you become more comfortable with the game. Like, if you're not comfortable, obviously, you could get caught by that. Like, if you're freaking out about your hand, or freaking out about what other people have, or just, like, trying to desperately make a hand, but you only have 3 hands in your brain and none of these fit, then sure, you might get distracted enough for someone to take 13 Orphans off of you. But, like, as you become more comfortable, it's just a simple thing to just circumvent. Also, most people don't even go for it because, like, outside of 13 Orphans, there isn't a lot you can do with that hand, period. Like, you can rebuild it into something else, but it's so slow. Like, it's slower than most other hands that, like, the game, once you get to 9, like, orphan tiles in your hand, it'll give you the option of resetting the whole hand, like, for everybody. And it's like, oh, they got 9 terminals, I'm just going to draw. And then, like, it doesn't move the counter for it. It just makes everyone replay the hand.
God, that seems so silly.
I mean,
and annoying.
Yeah.
Mostly annoying, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think it's neat, though. But yeah, I'm like... Also, like, the Fox Boy, because I figured out how, like, the like bonds work in the game. I've gotten the Fox Boy up to the 4-heart bond, which means I get like a cutscene or whatever. And so, like, the last thing I got to do is if I fill up the last heart, I get an alternate outfit, which could be cool.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. I'm kind of digging it.
Are the alternate outfits like good?
They're pretty good.
Neat.
They do look neat. Like, I haven't seen a bad one yet, honestly. Trying to think. I haven't played enough Monster Hunter Wilds lately. Like, I just haven't been doing it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, it's just not floating your boat right now. That's okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be hard to catch up. I think there's an event quest for like a scarf that I want, because I think it would be good, like, glam.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time this comes out, the Street Fighter 6 collab will be out, where you can basically make your character look like Akuma, and also, like, you get like actual like punch and kick combo stuff, and it's like weapon specific. So, like, each weapon has like a special like Akuma move that you can use for damage, which is neat. And then there's also a skin for the Palico, which is dressed like Blanca-chan. Not like Blanca from Street Fighter, but the Blanca mascot costume called Blanca-chan that the Brazilians use in game to promote Blanca as a tourist attraction. So you can dress your cat up in that, and you can dress up the handler as either Chun-Li or Cammy, which I don't personally care for, but good for them, I guess.
Happy for them, or sorry it's happening, right?
Yeah. That's cool. Like, you actually can do like a Hadoken and a Shoryuken, among other things. I think I want to hope that Insect Glaive, which is like the big like flippy weapon, gets the Demon Flip ability, where you just kind of like aerial into the air, and then like I think you can cancel it into like a fireball or a dive kick. at least in Street Fighter. Hopefully, also in Wilds. You know, the technology's there, and it's all Capcom.
Capcom knows what they're doing. I feel like they would see that and know what should go there. You know?
Yeah, I want to believe.
I trust them to do that. You know? I don't know why. I'll usually trust other game companies to do that, but Capcom seems like cohesive in that way. You know?
They've gotten a lot better over the years, and like I have to say that a big part of it is Monster Hunter. Like Monster Hunter has been so consistent over the past like 10, 15 years now. And, you know, people responded to it and it's a big seller. And so like they're putting Street Fighter 6 and a bunch of other stuff. Like Street Fighter 6 is going to be in an anime this coming season, which again, I don't know how to feel about. When they're doing the crossover stuff for Street Fighter 6, which is an important property to them, and also Monster Hunter, which is a valuable property to them. Like they have a little incentive to fuck this up. Mm-hmm. And they don't really have a track record of doing that with the Street Fighter collabs, because this is not the first one, and it definitely won't be the last.
Mm-hmm. It's nice when you can trust a company to do a collab correctly.
Yeah, true. Definitely, for sure. Teagues, did you watch the Truth Scrapper trailer?
No, I didn't actually. I've just been following the Blue Sky account.
For sure. It's wishlistable now, but like the game concept seems interesting. Where like
for people who don't know, Truth Scrapper is going to be the next game by the people who did, or the person who did In Stars in Time.
Right.
Okay, now everyone's caught up.
Yeah. But yeah, Truth Scrapper sets you as like a character who's like, you seem to be some sort of like agent, like a government entity that's supposed to check in on something, but something happened to you and your memories reset every day. And there are two people who are like vying for your attention that may or may not be trustworthy. And you're trying to investigate what happened while your memories are resetting every day, but also juggle the relationship between these two people. In addition to, you know, just like investigate like the happenings at like your particular guild. It seems interesting. It very much looks cute. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing more of its gameplay. Also, it's called Truth Scrapper because you're making a scrapbook throughout the game.
Oh, that's cute. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of impressed that I feel like In Stars, I know this isn't what happened, but I feel like In Stars in Time just came out.
Sure.
And like, it feels so fast to have another game out, you know?
Yeah, I hear that. Like, I know, like, In Stars in Time did come out, like, what, 2 years ago or something? Mm-hmm. But also, it was very much an RPG Maker game, right? Like, and I could see someone that gets, like, you know, the kind of resources that you'd get from a successful RPG Maker game, making something at least at this level of fidelity. Like, it seems like they're just in a good spot and they have, like, the resources available. It is quick as far as, like, large-scale development, like, if you're comparing it to something like that. But, like, I don't know. An RPG Maker game that seemed to have, like, a very, like, baked-in concept. And now this game, which doesn't feel like a RPG Maker game. It feels like it's, like, a bespoke engine, almost like a visual novel-esque, to be honest. And I don't know. I feel like it's not that big of a jump, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just excited. I feel like In Stars in Time, I think the thing that I'm surprised about isn't like the engine stuff. It's the writing part, you know, because In Stars in Time was really well written. Mm-hmm. And so I'm more excited to see another really well written game by this person as opposed to like, and like for me that takes just, maybe it's because like writing takes me so much time.
Writing takes time, you know. PMTM.
I don't know, I'm excited. I can't wait. I think it's gonna be great.
Oh yeah.
I'm already ready to play it.
I'm not ready to play it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
I got other things on my mind, honestly.
Oh. Yeah?
Yeah.
Like the last fantasy?
Well, I mean, I've been playing Final Fantasy, and, like, I need to get through this tier. I'm not done yet, and I'm kind of bummed about it because I hit week 8, and like I feel like if I were more attentive to it specifically, I would have pushed through it already.
Mm.
Like I'm just most of the way through the 3rd fight, and then I have to learn the 4th fight. But like week 8 is important because for groups that organize specifically to do the tier, a lot of them want to clear by week 1, like clear our 4 fights. And the reason they do that is so that by week 8, every player that was on that team with like weekly reclears will have been fully geared out. So like I'm running into people, a lot of the parties that I'm seeing, especially for the earlier fights, are not people who are trying to like clear or even re-clear. They're people who are trying to
Gear
basically
up.
run up the score so that their parses like look super good, because just now they have fully best in slot gear, and they're trying to game the fight so that their individual personal damage looks as good as possible.
That sounds really rough when you're still trying to like clear.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great. Especially because like the people who were, between the weeks, say 2 and 8, were like cleared the fight, but like they're either online or they don't have a lot to do, or they are no longer in the pool of people who are helping clear or re-clear. These people are either done and they're like off doing something else, or they're looking for parses, and like that leaves the people who have not cleared, or the people who haven't cleared the whole tier and are kind of dicking around. And I don't want to deal with those people, but now I have to.
That's not fun.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why week 8 is kind of important. Like to at least to get through everything in week 8. Like even if you got through it, like there are people who like maybe didn't get the right role and they were still playing with randos every week. But like those people would still be in the pool of people who are trying to like clear and re-clear on a weekly basis, or even clearing for like alternate characters and stuff. And like you'll see those, and those are generally better than like running into people who like haven't done it yet, because usually they're not optimized. Like they're not dealing the kind of damage that you would need to clear and clear consistently. So you end up with people with low damage, or who make mistakes that lead to deaths, and deaths that lead to cascades, which like ends runs and stuff. As opposed to like now, like with best in slot gear, like the savage fights are much more like standard fights in the game, meaning that like if someone makes a mistake, it usually doesn't end the run. Or if someone dies and you resurrect them, as long as you're able to get them back up, you are above the damage threshold that you should still be able to clear. But like most parties that I run into, is just like we are like on the edge of like the damage window, and maybe we get a good burst where like a lot of people crit a bunch of stuff and we end up in a cushion space. But if someone makes a mistake like at a routine spot, suddenly we are just in unclearable territory now.
Oh,
and that
God. Ah, that's super shitty.
Right.
What do you do about that? Nothing. You just got to tough it out?
Yeah, basically.
Boo.
You can try making contacts or like forming a static around the people who are left, as long as you can like trust them and hope that they're consistent. But you basically just kind of have to grind it out until you get to the end, and hopefully you put up good enough numbers when you're best in slot that like you can perform on the marketplace to end up in a decent group that clears in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah.
That doesn't sound fun.
It's not great. And to be honest, like that's also me like trying to play from like a mid-core perspective. Like I'm trying to show up and get stuff done. Because there are people like the group that I was in, the group that I ended up leaving, they are very like they're doing savages because it's something to do, it's relevant content. But like they're not really trying to do well in relevant content. They're just doing it because they're already friends and they're hanging out, and we might as well do this since we're already hanging out. And like, I'm not really like part of that friend group. I'm effectively a mercenary showing up to fill out their party. And like they're just like having fun running into walls. Like I was telling Aaliyah about it the other day, that like it's as if, like you ever see like kids where they're like fucking around and they're doing something stupid, and it's like I'm in a room with a bunch of kids who are having the best time, just like running into a door. And I'm just like, I would like to open the door and then go into the next room. But they're just having so much fun running into the closed door, falling down, laughing, and getting up again. And like, no tea, no shade. Like, I don't begrudge them their experience. It's just that's not why I was there. And so I ended up leaving. That's just what happened.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And it's a whole thing. But like, like that was personally my mistake. I joined a casual group and it turned out the group was casual and that wasn't what I wanted. You live and you learn.
The group was casual, but they were like a little too casual. Like if they were casual, but like kind of casual about playing, but serious about getting through the fight, I think it would have been a different experience than them just being like fully casual the whole time.
That's what I mean. Like, at least in the raiding community, those people aren't referred to as casuals. They're referred to as like mid-core. The people who show up like 2-3 times a week, maybe 3-4 hours at a time, and they're trying to make a steady progress through the content. And when they hit walls, like they talk about what happened, they make plans to improve in the future, they review strategies when they're not there. And whenever they show up and they're playing together, they're trying to show up and do their best because that's why they're there. And like hardcores are people who are just like, they're like live or die week one clear. Like I've definitely seen groups. I haven't been in one, but I've seen
we're getting through this today.
Yeah, like this is when the content comes out, they start it the first day. They probably throw like 10 hours at everything for the first day. And like they'll be like grumpy if they don't get through the first couple of fights in the first day. And if they don't clear all 4 in the week, some of them straight up disband. You know what? This didn't work out. Good luck on your clears and separate the group.
Mm.
And then, that's not even including like the world racers, the people who are trying to clear the whole thing.
World racers scare me. That's
I hear
terrifying.
That. They're kind of nuts. But like, the world races aren't that long anymore, especially for like Savage tiers. Usually they're done in the day. And they're usually done sometime between 8 and like 10 hours. But it's just 8 to 10 hours the first day. And then like those people, once they do their world first or whatever, like the following week, they just show up and they do the 4 fights in an hour, shake hands, and come back next week. And that's their thing. You know what I mean? It's a totally different experience. They front load like, the misery, I suppose.
God. I remember those days.
True enough.
Jesus. I can't do that anymore,
For sure.
I don't think I love anything that much anymore.
Interesting.
Not in like a raid sense,
Sure.
Like I'll show up and I'll do the whole Splatoon storyline in a day, But I don't think I could do that with a raid tier anymore.
For sure. I like there's definitely something different about like the week 1 experience because like even if you come in fully prepared, it's tuned to a point that it's supposed to be difficult. It is going to be close if you get it in the first week. And like the following weeks become progressively easier because everyone has better stats. That's just what it is. But like week 1 is like your healers have to figure out the exact rotation to land these heals and not be afraid if someone's health falls below 5%. Because 5% isn't dead. Like, you know what I mean? And like tanks
the only hit point that matters is the last one.
Right.
Mentality.
And like tanks have to have a deep understanding of both their own kits, their mitigation, but also be extremely tuned in into like where they're pulling the boss to like to optimize uptime for like everyone else. And like DPS have to have perfect control of their rotations because a lot of these fights require, like shifted rotations essentially. Like your opener is the same, the first like 30 seconds or whatever, but especially like say with Viper, who has like a resource that they build up over the minutes between their bursts, or like the minute between their bursts. Like they also build up like a different resource that they cash out usually in their bursts, but they come out differently at different times depending on the fight. Like for example, in M4 where you fight like the Lightning Pegasus girl, when you have like a big damage button, but it's also ranged. And so like there are situations where instead of spending like 2 every time you do like the big like super slash combo or whatever, sometimes you'll let the third one sit there, and then you'll cash out 3 at different points where you just simply can't be in melee range of the boss because the mechanic requires you to move, and that allows you to keep uptime up, and like keep your damage somewhat consistent, even though you can't press the exact button that you want to press at that moment. And like definitely during like week 1, where like 1 GCD is the difference between clearing or not clearing, like you have to make those decisions. You have to recognize them as they occur.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I could do that. Well, I probably could. If I did it, I think I could eventually, but it would take time.
For sure. But yeah. I've also been playing a lot more Civ 6. I played a little bit because like Prince Raglan was talking about a collaboration to do at some point, and that's why like I started sitting down with it. But also my cousin plays a lot of Civ 6, and so like that's just kind of been our weekend thing. Like on Saturdays we'll just like wind up a game. This Saturday we didn't for XYZ reasons, but I was online and he was online and it was like, hey, let's jump into a Civ game, and so we started doing that this morning, and that's been cool.
Like fun.
Yeah, it's a good little hangout time.
It's good to see your fam, even if it's virtually.
True. Yeah, it just, it feels like quality time, and that's nice. I've been playing a lot of Mansa Musa because I really want to get Mansa Musa. I like that they're desert coded, and I can see that they're B tier because a lot of their stuff is dependent on them finding desert. The same way that like in Civ 5, whoever the Roman leader was, I can't remember right now, was really dependent on finding iron early on in the game. And it's just like, you were very good if you get your resource, but if you don't get your resource, like you're mid at best.
You're just SOL.
Yeah. Like it's not even that like, maybe like in higher difficulties, but we're not playing anything that difficult. Like we're playing the firmly middle difficulty, which is Prince. And so like, it's not going to ruin my game if I don't find desert tiles early or even ever. Because there are other things that like the Civ is good at. And I like Mansa Musa because like his like civilization is largely adaptable. Like it's better, if you are near desert tiles or you're able to establish a religion early. But honestly, like you have access to like a lot of gold, which solves most of your problems if you end up behind.
Right, because you can just buy whatever it is you need.
Yeah, generally speaking. There are a few things you can't buy, but like the things you can't buy are things that show up in early game. And there are mitigations that are built into it. Like, for example, on some era changes, or I think it's like the ancient to classical era change, you're able to choose like a dedication that makes it so that you could spend faith to like buy civilian units like settlers and like builders and traders. And like if you don't establish a religion early, like that's okay. Like you still have a use for faith then, at least in the early game, because you just buy those and build out your empire and take advantage of the resources around. Like, sure, if you end up in a really bad spot where there are no resources and no desert tiles, then yeah, I guess you're fucked or whatever. But like, I don't know, Mansa Musa lends themselves to a lot of different victory conditions, and so like, I'm cool with just like gaining a handle on the character overall, or the Civ overall.
Sounds like one of those things I'd be pissed about.
Yeah?
You'd be like, how dare,
It's like, I thought I stopped you or whatever.
Yeah, I thought. How many times do I have to tell you this, old man?
Yeah, you don't have it. Not against Musa. Musa's nuts. As long as I can still spend money, like I still have a game plan. That's just what's up.
What a time. What a time to be alive or dead.
Yeah, I've been doing that. I did start a Pokemon Heart Gold Nuzlocke on stream, and I decided to center it around Chikorita because people talk a lot of shit about Chikorita. It's
why though? Chikorita's so good.
There's a couple reasons actually. Like I know their arguments. I'm not worried about them. One is that like, because most people don't really learn how to play Pokemon, and specifically, I mean, like a lot of people just don't like engage with the mechanics of the game. Chikorita specifically is vulnerable to the first 2 gym leaders in the game, and the third one's Whitney. And so like if you just decide to like pick your first Pokemon, don't catch anything else, and just mash A throughout the game like a lot of people do, like you can get through it with Cyndaquil very easily, and you can squeeze through it with Totodile, who later becomes Feraligatr, which is like a real contender. Chikorita will get smoked in both of those situations.
I see. So people don't like Chikorita because they have to think.
Right. And like there's also the point that like Meganium's like stat spread in late game isn't as good as Typhlosion and Feraligatr, specifically on the offensive side. Like and like offensive Pokemon is generally very safe because, like, you know, if unless you outspeed your opponent and you hit them in the mouth and they die, it doesn't matter how much health you have. You know what I mean? Chikorita doesn't have that like benefit. Chikorita / Meganium mostly benefit from like a support play style, which like sets up other attackers, and it's just a different way to play that isn't as intuitive. Or intuitive is not the word I would say, but like it's not spammable. So you just have to do more with Chikorita than you have to do with other starters. And also, as far as grass types go, like Meganium's move set is pretty limited, even if you want to do like an offensive game plan. And so there is that. And so like for a lot of people, like Meganium doesn't really fit into like the simple I just want to turn my brain off and play Pokemon vibes. But I don't care about that. I'm here to explore the space. And so I'm playing with Chikorita. It's going to be great.
Imagine wanting to turn your brain off to play Pokemon.
I mean, it is a vibe, you know? Like,
I don't get it.
Yeah?
Like, are you not there for the strategy battler? Like...
Probably not. But also,
what
like,
about the little guys, though?
Pokemon is sort of strategy battler, but like, it's also made for children. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like, you don't want to absolutely murder your cousin's dreams of being a Pokemon master by being just slightly better than him?
Well, no.
Like, come on.
Oh, man.
I can't be the only mean one here, right?
Tegan, I remember when we played Pokemon together and you were just like, Pokemon hard. And I'm like, Tegan, this is fine. It's gonna be okay. Like,
I mean, to be fair, I also was coming fresh off of playing Pokemon Scarlet Violet, yeah, which was baby easy. Oh my god, so easy.
Tegan, they're all baby easy, I promise you.
Nah.
But like, you know, Nuzlocke is Nuzlocke
is a different beast.
Yeah, sure. It's meant to add teeth, like specifically to it, because there are people who like cruise through the game and like don't have to do anything. Because that's the thing, the game doesn't ask you to learn its systems. They're totally there and you can explore them if you like, but like you don't need them to get through the game, and that's just how it is. And like that's fine. But like I'm interested in the systems. I've been interested for a long time. I think it's very neat. So like I'm spending some time with it. On Mondays on Twitch at least. Also I've been working with these assets. Tegan,
you're working great.
I made a new Pinterest board to put like the elementary classroom stuff that we were talking about before.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
I can't wait to check it out.
It's fine so far. Like I don't know how amenable it'll be, but like I'm trying to get an idea of the space because I haven't been in an elementary classroom in a very long time. So
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I have been in one fairly recently. You know.
It is what it is.
Yeah, that's what happens when there are small children in your life. Not my children, but small.
Also, like, I hadn't looked at like the Twitch stuff for a while, and I can definitely feel that I've gotten like lazy, which is why I wanted to run back and like mess around with stuff. I think the Splatoon Saturday changes, like not this past week's, because like that was still like in progress. I think where it is now is a lot better. And I do like the nighttime stuff, but there's so much tech that I just hadn't bothered to deal with because I had like locked my brain in like the grind of just like being online and not really being like considerate about like how the space works and what it's meant to do. And I feel better about where it is now. I think there's a lot more that can be done. But I'm trying to see if I can land in a space where I get to something where I am happy with it and I don't have to touch it anymore. Where like if I realize that if I do something, it won't add to the experience. That's where I want it to be. Like I want everything that is supposed to be there, and adding extra stuff would dilute the thing that I've actually already made. But I'm not there yet. So I'm spending time and like trying to be considerate of like how it works and what it's meant to do.
Interesting. Fascinating even.
I wonder if I want to do the combined screen thing. Like the combined screen thing is something that I did not like see and ape from someplace, but I saw like the tools that were in play and I'm like, what if I did this though? And like that felt good. But like I'm trying to figure out, should I do the same thing on the Be Right Back screen? I've been thinking about Be Right Back screens because I think that there are a couple of them that I do love. There's a streamer, there's an art streamer named Henemy. I think she also goes by Henemy Wiggly. And like her like screen is definitely like an early 90s like mess of stuff that's on the screen, like for sure. But it's like kind of meant to overwhelm, but in a fun way. And it's all like art of like, or various like iterations of like the art of the VTuber that she uses. And like a gibberish like track that's just like playing in the background. And it's just like, oh, this is the Be Right Back. It almost invites you to take a break. Because if you just sit there and stare at it, it's just like, it feels uncomfortable. But like she's taking a break. She's not entertaining you right now. And so like you can come back when this is done and then we'll be back and that'll be it.
And it'll be normal again, whatever normal is. Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's neat. And like it's these kind of things where it's just like, it is intuitive. Like it's not clear, it's not explicit, but like you can piece together what's happening just by looking at it. And like looking at it is kind of part of the experience, you know? So I don't know. I'm trying to juggle a couple of these ideas. I don't know if anything good will come of them, but we'll see what happens.
There's definitely like some stuff that I see other streamers do that I admire, and there's some stuff that I see other streamers do that I hate.
For sure.
And so I'm trying to like balance that, but the thing that I've been trying to work on isn't the setting, which I should care more about. I just have decided that I don't, because the resources to do what I want to do aren't currently available to me. The thing that I'm trying to focus on is my performance, because I hate the way I stream.
Okay. What do you hate about it?
I find myself annoying to watch, and that's not good.
I also find myself annoying to watch. I just don't watch myself.
No, different problem. I find myself, this is different from like, I don't like how my voice sounds, so I don't listen when we do recording stuff. Like, it's not that. Okay. It's, I watch myself, and objectively, I would not watch myself, you know?
For sure.
It's like, the way I intone things is different from like how I speak now, like on the podcast. And I feel like part of that like dissonance is no good, you know? Okay. It's like, there's like I'm trying to like capture something like very clearly, but like whatever my performance, the part of my brain that takes over during performance does not understand the thing that we're trying to do. And so like it ends up feeling, like disjointed and weird, and then as stream goes on, it just like, I don't know, it just feels false in a way that I'm not approving of.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm fine with like, oh, this is like a character that I play when I stream or whatever. Like I'm cool with that part. It's just I don't know who that is. And the person that it is right now sure isn't the fuck who I want it to be.
Yeah. Okay, I hear you.
So, like, that's where I'm sitting. But it's hard to sit there when you haven't been able to do anything because real life is in the way, you know?
Yeah, I hear that.
Because, like, I also know I give worse performances that I hate even more when I am streaming while I am just, like, mentally checked out, you know? Like, that's worse. That's arguably worse. But I don't know. I've been watching because of like us having to upload all the VODs to YouTube, which now exist on YouTube and like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
There are definitely parts where I'm like, oh, I really like what I did here. And what I did has nothing to do with anything of what I've set up. You know?
For sure.
I don't know how to do that. I need to be able to like capture that on demand.
Well, I mean, you know, I think it's like, I mean, I don't speak from a place of knowledge here, but like from what I understand, like if there's something that you like, I think you got to try to learn about it. And I don't know if it's possible to learn everything about it, but like the idea is that like it's effectively practice, but like specifically it's like identifying what happened, how it came to be, trying to recreate the conditions, and then testing repeatedly.
Right, exactly. And I think part of it is that like the people who I enjoy watching, right, are not the people that I'm trying to emulate when I stream.
Sure.
But because I am absorbing their content, that's who I'm emulating while I stream. You know? And that means like I have to go outside of like, oh, I like watching this person because blah, 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 blah. And I have to actively seek out people who are doing what I want to do. And I don't want to do that.
For sure, Teeks.
I'm lazy. I just want my friends to do the thing so that I can see someone else doing it, you know? Because I want to support my friends and I don't want to like, I don't know. I don't want to do a bunch of other work that may or may not work out, you know?
I'm very interested in this idea that like the people that you like are not the ones you want to emulate, and the people that you want to emulate you don't like.
Yeah. Isn't that wild? What a time. What a time to be alive. Hate it.
It's one way to live, for sure.
So like I enjoy watching cute anime girls on the internet, right?
Sure.
I want to be a cute anime girl on the internet, but not like that, you know?
Okay. Is it because of how people treat cute anime girls on the internet?
No, it's not because of how their audience treats them.
Okay.
It's entirely because of like the it's like the expectations that surround that. Not how the audience treats it, because the audience doesn't always treat it the same way because they know their streamer, you know? It's specifically like, oh, you're this kind of anime girl on the internet, and so you have to act like we expect you to act like this sort of thing. Okay. And to me, it's like similar to like, oh, you see a girl with like what I will call like a little model, you know?
Sure.
Like a not a child model, but you know what I mean? Like a little model. Sure. And like you expect like, oh, it's gonna be like high pitched voice, it's gonna be like soft spoken, sweet. It's gonna be, you know, they're like a fairy or they're some kind of little animal critter or like something like that, you know? And like that's not what I want to do. But I also don't want to do like the opposite end of that, which is like you see like the Ara ladies and you know they're gonna go Ara, you know? Like I don't want to do either of those.
Okay, cool.
But like that's what I see mostly. And that's what I like watching because I like seeing that. I just don't want to do it.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
I know what I want to do, and it's not that.
Okay.
You know?
I do know that. I guess my understanding is that it's not really easy to build from a negative space.
It's not.
And so, like, I guess maybe, like, what if you took the thing and took all the stuff that you don't like out of it and then see what's left?
I'm going to have to watch a lot more streamers, for sure.
Sure. Like, I mean, but that's what I mean. Like, so, like, you want, like, mature ladies that don't do the ara-aras and, like, cute anime girls that don't do the high-pitched voice.
Yeah, the, like, little.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. But, like,
you know?
I think they're out there. I don't know how good they are, but, like, I'm sure there's room for refinement, is what I'm saying. And, like, it's just, like, it's like picking a thing. It's not enough to, like...
I want.
Okay.
Perfect world, right?
Sure.
I want Himamori, right?
Okay.
No baby voice.
Okay.
None baby voice.
Sure.
And like, you know, it's just it's one of those things that's like rougher to find, I want to say.
I mean,
because like I feel like without baby voice, you end up in like super gremlin territory. I'm not interested in being everybody's little prankster either, you know?
Sure. Like, okay, this is what I'm saying. I feel like, and I don't have this problem because I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're too used to the trappings of the space.
Mm-hmm.
And so like you're trying to like draw the marketing box, but you're also starting from scratch, right?
Yeah.
So build the thing and then figure out how to sell it after, as opposed to trying to like sell the thing before it's made.
But
right? So like
that's not how that works.
It's just there's Himamori. She's got a baby voice, and I get it because she looks like a little princess girl, and that just fits together because we've already been primed to accept those things together. But what I'm saying is that
just a princess. She's a princess of a candy kingdom. Like you can't get more baby voice than that.
But like you take the, let's say you take the baby voice out of Himamori, and then like now she doesn't have a baby voice. You put another voice in, and then like that new voice is going to invite new questions.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like as long as you're able to answer those questions, I think you'll be okay.
Mm. I want to anticipate those questions.
Then you got to ask them first.
I don't know what they are. This is one of those situations where it's like I've approached a wall. I don't know what my questions are, but I have them.
No, but like okay. So like, I love walls because they are a physical representation of the problem, right?
That's so good.
There is a wall in your place, and like you need to get on the other side of the wall, and it's just like, okay, can I walk around the wall? And you look left. You look right, and if it goes on forever, probably not, right? And then you're like, okay, well, can I go over the wall? And then you look up, and then you have a question: can I climb that high? And the answer is either yes or no. And then like, okay, then maybe I can go through the wall. And then you have to question: can I break whatever this wall is made of? And then you just answer those questions in order, but like they involve looking around. And so like, I don't know, Teagues, look around, I guess.
See, this reminds me now of another game I've been playing recently, which is Repo.
Okay, for sure.
Because like, so I got to participate in one of Raglan's Repo collabs because I was like, I don't like scary games, right? I'm little baby when it comes to scary games. I don't like being startled. I don't like seeing things that are like body horror adjacent, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you know, and that's like where a lot of horror lives. Repo's definitely like a horror game, right? And the more people you have, the less scary it is because we can figure it out together as a team. Wow. And during part of the collab, which I have clipped and highlighted for everyone else's viewing pleasure, there's a part where everyone else dies and I am left on my own. And I mentally hear the moment where I decide, okay, big girl pants on, time to do this. Like, it doesn't matter that I am literally about to cry at my computer because, oh God, there are so many things that I have to handle it all myself. And I could just die. And instead I go, all right, we're doing this.
Hell yeah.
And like, that's the thing that I have to figure out how to do. But without sounding like the world's saddest little meow meow. That's the thing. Like right now, I'm at a point where I'm like, I could just be everyone's sad little meow meow and be done with it, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't think that's good.
Fair enough.
And it's just like, I don't know, you know?
Finish that sentence.
No.
Okay, cool. Good talk.
It's, you know, it's just like, everybody loves a sad little meow meow because you want to see him succeed, right? And like, I did succeed, and then everyone said they were proud of me, and like, good for me. But like, as soon as everyone was back up and alive, I was pissed.
Yeah, sure.
Because I was just like, I didn't have to go through that if like other things had happened in a different order, you know?
Yeah.
But I had to go through that, and I was mad about it.
Yeah. No, I hear that. It's entirely reasonable.
Yeah, but like also it was just a game. The stakes have never been lower. I did not actually die. No one actually died. None of that was real. You know? But in that moment, it was very real. And I was pissed. And you did a similar thing. Like, I heard your voice do a similar thing when we were trying out Repo for the first time, just you and me, and I died. And then you just went, well, and now I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I know that there are ways around this. We can figure this out together, but we can't figure this out together because I'm dead and you can't hear me. You know?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. It's just that, you know?
It's about drawing a line in the sand, Teeks. It's about deciding what am I willing to put up with today.
It's absolutely like if you come past this line, like, I will kick your ass, and then like I step over the line instead. Well, I didn't say I couldn't go over the line.
Yeah, god damn it.
Oh my goodness. But it's like, it's that, you know? And I know where the line in the sand is as far as like who I don't want to be as a streamer.
Okay.
And what I don't want to do. And I keep doing it anyway.
Why?
Because it's easy.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know? And it's like, at some point, we got to get past the like, we're doing this because it's the easy way to like, not easy, but like expected way to like draw people in and do things, you know?
For sure.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about it. You know?
Okay.
I want to have more substance than a cute anime girl on the internet.
So,
I want there to be meat on the bones.
I take issue with that in particular, because I think there is actually a lot of substance to cute anime girls. I just think it's kind of ubiquitous, which is a different issue. Like, I think there's a lot that goes into any particular anime girl. It's just that, like, you can kind of find them anywhere, right? You know what I mean? But, you know, a lot of anime girls, they have heart, and they have stories, they have goals and dreams, etc. And, like, it's just, because they're kind of all over the place, it doesn't really matter which particular anime girl you pick, because as long as you dig deep enough, you'll find something. That's
hopefully.
the idea. Yeah, generally speaking, hopefully is probably the dream. But I feel like, I don't know, like, I think of it when I think of anime girls, like, I don't think of, like, I don't have a nondescript anime girl that floats in my brain. Like, I think about particular ones, and
really?
like that's the thing. Like, I don't even think, like, but when I try to think of a nondescript anime girl, I usually come up with one that has a name, that has a face, that has a story, and like, I realize most of them just kind of do. Like, maybe there are people who just like have nondescript anime girls floating around or whatever, but that's. I feel like the difference isn't actually that they don't have a story, is that you don't care to know it, which is something else.
I disagree, but okay.
That's your business. I hear you.
Maybe I've just seen more anime girls than you have.
It's entirely possible.
I hate it here. Anyway.
Yeah?
we arrived at a conclusion I dislike. Anyway.
I mean, okay, for sure. What's wrong with it?
I can't believe you don't have a nondescript anime girl on your head.
Why would I?
You don't, like... I don't know, why would you? Do you not also have, like, you don't have a nondescript shonen protagonist in your head either?
No.
No?
Yeah, like, why
not
bother?
A one?
Yeah. All of them, they have names, they have stories, and they have their own shonen bullshit, and it's shonen bullshit, but, like, to them, it's the world, and, like, that's cool. Good for them.
To them, it's the world, and good for them.
Yeah.
Wild. Okay. Interesting.
Who's the nondescript shonen protagonist in your head, Deeks? Like, is his name Ryu Bunchapunches? And like, and like he's going to climb the top of the martial arts world in 1986 or whatever? Like, it's still nondescript shonen protagonist. Like, maybe I don't care, but that's okay. Like, he's doing his thing. He's probably going to get better and stronger and make friends and allies that he never expected to, and like he's going on a journey. And maybe he'll reach the top, or maybe he won't. Who knows?
So wild to me. That's so like we have watched a number of the same shows.
Yeah,
right?
we have watched a number of the same shows. Yeah,
and I have at least watched you play like a number of the games that you have played, and like you don't have one nondescript.
Nah,
not even a like generic like here's the color palette and move on. Like who cares?
No, because here's the thing: if I don't care, how can I expect anyone else to care? Why would I say it out loud? Why would I hold it in my brain?
I mean, like, as a template, I would assume.
Like, I think I don't hold a template for that. Like, I trust my own personal taste that I can operate on vibes there. And that's just what it is.
Oh, that's so interesting. Fascinating. Anyway.
Shout outs to Ryu Bunchapunches, I guess.
Yeah, right? Great job. Good luck in your martial arts tournament in 1986.
Yeah, right? Like,
I can't wait for you to train, was it Karuto, Boruto's great-great-grandson or some shit like, in early 90s Japan.
He's gonna like really land that Lotus like double flip axe kick or whatever, and it's gonna be amazing. Yeah. Everyone's going to cheer. Everyone's
gonna scream. Children will lose their minds. People will call off work to celebrate in the streets.
Oh man. Honestly, I've thought about it a lot, and like I wasn't there at the time, but I feel like if I had read the Ace chapter when it happened, I think I would have called off work.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I would have. I think I wouldn't have gone in, like, especially considering who Ace was at the time. And, like, especially if I had grown up with One Piece. Like, because at that point, like, what, Marineford happened, 10 years in?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like, so 10 years in, I'm going to look at it. Episode 483, but I'm not looking for that. I want the manga chapter. Ace dies, and I want the chapter.
Spoiler alert: Ace dies.
Yeah, Ace dies. It's chapter 574. It was released the day after Valentine's Day, 2010.
Oh, that's cruel.
Oh man, yeah, it was February 15th, 2010. So that would have been 11, a little under. This would have been going into the 11th year of One Piece. The title was called The Death of Portuguese D. Ace. And then he dies. I would have been 21 years old. I would have called off work. I wouldn't have gone. I would have started One Piece.
School, right?
Yeah, I would have been in college. I worked a job in college. Like, that's fine. Like, I would have been 21 at the time. I would have known Luffy for about 11 years. I would have known Ace for about 9-ish or whatever. And he was just the cool big brother character, like, for everybody, basically. And then he fucking dies after Luffy's basically nearly killed himself on a solo mission to save his brother. And then he got called out by the wrong dude and lost the fight by giving his life to save mine. I would have lost my mind. I wouldn't have gone to work.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
See, and I'm over here like I have been reading there is a shoujo that I have been reading since it came out, since it started in like I want to say it was 2001.
Okay.
I can double check that later, but I think it was 2001. And literally last year in like the fall, they finally went like, but I like you. I like you too.
Yeah.
You know? And like I was sitting there like kicking my feet. And I knew it was going to happen eventually. I just didn't think it was going to take, 20 years.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I wouldn't have called off work.
For sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I would have called off work for Ace. I think I would have gone and I would have been upset. But I think I would have gone because Ace would have wanted me to. He'd expect you to keep going. Is the thing.
He did expect Luffy to keep going. Jinbei definitely like yelled that at Luffy during like the time skip like training arc thing.
And that's the part that makes it like hard. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Luffy actually went through it like post Ace and everything, and I think that was a very like good thematic choice.
Mm-hmm.
Like it felt really like,
It adds gravity to it for sure.
Oh, that reminds me. Teague's the Crunchyroll Anime Awards came out today.
Did they come out today or are they happening today?
No, 2025 winners. I'm looking at them.
Oh,
right
they're
now.
done?
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm just gonna paste this in here. I think actually.
For real? They're just done?
Just gonna
no
take
show,
my time
no nothing.
and just hit enter here. There you go.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
Shut
I think the show.
up.
I think the show was like technically last night in Tokyo.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's done.
Solo Leveling's anime of the year?
Solo Leveling kind of went nuts, to be honest.
Disgusting.
Yeah?
Terrible. Everyone has shit taste, actually.
Well, they
oh my god.
Also, Solo Leveling did get the best like English artist performance.
Yeah, they also
a big deal.
that I think that's deserved 100%.
Okay.
I also think like I don't know how I feel about best new series. I get it. I don't think that's right.
I don't think it's fair, honestly, because like Solo Leveling is definitely an adaptation of like a world-renowned web comic that happened like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think that's not comparable to like what's happening in anime generally.
Yeah. There's so much Solo Leveling on here. Oh my god.
Yeah, I told you.
Jesus Christ. I feel like just most people didn't watch anything else.
I know Dandadan got a lot of traction. Mashal has its fans. I didn't watch Ninja Kamui, and I guess maybe I have to now. The people who are watching Demon Slayer will continue to watch Demon Slayer. Freeman did get its flowers, and like ReZero standing above the Isekai just kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anya Forger, I think, just gets the votes because she's Anya Forger. They just wanted to give something to Spy Family. I'm actually very interested in like the non-English like voice performances. Like apparently the French performance of Hibiki or not Hibiki, Kafka Hibino was really good, and I'd love to see what the French take on that character is. I am not actually surprised that Latin American Spanish performance went to Attack on Titan, because like in Latin America they fucking love Attack on Titan. It is bananas.
No, I believe it.
I am also interested in this Italian performance in Look Back, and this German like One Piece performance. I just gotta know what that's like. And geez, what else was I thinking of? Yeah, it's Luffy's German performance. What's that about? But yeah, like Solo Leveling I think was going to clean up, and Solo Leveling does a lot of the stuff that like classically anime is like expected to, and it just had a very stable, well beloved property to build on top of. So like, I'm not happy about it, but I get it.
God. I get it, but I don't agree.
Yeah, that's fine. Who would you have given it to? Or given what to, I guess, if you were going to piece these up?
Oh God. Best ending sequence should be Kamakura style.
Okay.
For our good lord, you know. I feel like no one watched Elusive Samurai.
No one watched Elusive Samurai
because Kamakura style hilarious.
Elusive Samurai is also in a weird spot because like it's a pseudo educational anime, like aimed at children specifically. Like, I feel like Solo Leveling is actually just aimed at like an adult population.
Solo Leveling's aimed at like 16 to 18 year olds, and I feel like Elusive Samurai is aimed at like 14 to 16-year-olds.
I'd put that lower. Like,
Really?
I mean, even with the blood, I would put
Mhm.
it like at 13 to 16. And like,
Mm.
I know there are households where they're just 12-year-olds like watching it and it's their fucking favorite show, but they can't give it the award here.
Yeah. But I think Kamakura Style is a better ending
That's fair.
than Request. Like, it does
Like,
a better job of like characterizing the people, the like characters in the show and recontextualizing them. It does a better job of like expanding on like some of the goofier parts of the actual show itself without like ruining the vibe, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, Request is just more edge.
Yeah.
It's just like Burning. Burning is also just more edge for Oshinoko. And like, it's not meh, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's fine. We watched we in Anime Club watched OPs and EDs for every episode.
Yep.
They're fine most of the time. Blue Box getting Best Romance is fine. I'm fine with that.
What up?
That's correct. It was going to be between that and I think Sign of Affection, you know?
That makes sense to me. It would have been cool if Sign of Affection won, though.
It would have been very cool if Sign of Affection won, but I'm glad that they even got, like, the nod, you know?
True, yeah.
I feel like Windbreaker should have gotten Best Action.
Oh,
I know why Solo Leveling got it,
yeah.
but I feel like all of the fights in Windbreakers feel more real.
I think so. Like, I think that's actually the thing that would have kept it from winning this. You know what I mean? Yeah, like Solo Leveling is swift, brutal, fantastical action. Like
when
in the fantasy, happens. Yeah, when it happens, yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of action in Solo Leveling for sure, and like, you know, it's the action is big. They're spending money on it for sure. And then like the times that they're not doing action, it's not like wasted time in a way that a lot of shonen kind of do. You know, like they use like dialogue as padding. They don't care too much about world building. It's just we're trying to put enough sentences in line before the guy that handles the budget says we can put another fight scene in. As opposed to like Windbreaker, which has a lot of fight scenes. Like there's definitely more fight scenes than dialogue in the first season. But what happens is that like it's kind of like, and I don't know how much Japan specifically cares about this. I know it was a big deal in the States. That it's a lot of reproducible violence. And it's cool because it feels like it's truly choreographed fight scenes. But like, I don't know. I just feel like Solo Leveling had like a big enough audience behind it. And the fact that like, you know, like Crunchyroll / whoever's involved here, Sony, I guess technically, doesn't want to be on the hook for promoting street fighting in anime. Like, you know, decided to like not give it a fair fight and just let all of it go to Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling's gonna sweep.
No, I get that, but I think Solo Leveling only does a good job of showcasing one character's ability to fight the entire time. And I understand this because it's called Solo Leveling. It's about the one dude.
Yeah.
But it literally, like, not only are there no stakes, like, this one guy, why do we even need to meet any other character? Literally none of them matter at that point. The one guy takes care of everything.
It's to make Sung-woo cooler
and
tougher and bigger and badass or whatever.
I'm saying though.
Yeah, like,
I know.
I'm saying,
I know that's what it's for, but it doesn't do that.
You know? Because they don't know what that means. They don't care. Like they want people to like watch Solo Leveling. Like I saw grandparents watching Solo Leveling during its run, like put Solo Leveling on, you know what I mean? And it's just like they just like, look at this, the good Sung-woo boy. He cares about his mom. He checks after her. He's doing his own thing, you know. But he comes back to family or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like he's like combination like model son, superhero, big brother, all that shit. It's 100% like wish fulfillment without thinking longer than 4 seconds about it. And like that's fine.
That's fine, but I don't think it makes for best action.
Yeah.
You know, like I would argue that Freeren's action was better than Solo Leveling's action.
Right.
But you know, whatever. It's fine. I guess it's not fine, but it's fine. I don't get to say it's not fine when they're clearly wrong. Windbreakers is better action. Windbreakers is not just better action because it is reproducible action. You want to do that? That's so cool. You can learn how to physically do that. You can't learn how to summon shadow monsters from the beyond or whatever, you know? But you could learn how to throw a really sick right hook to make your friend, like, make the guy who's pissing off your friends go away. You know? You could come together as a community and actually help out a bunch of people, you know, and like build those connections to make the whole area stronger and safer by like being good and being fit and being able to lift things for the old lady across the street, you know? But like no one wants to think about that. Everyone wants to be the cool solo badass, and I don't think that's good.
Honestly, history's not going to really remember the Solo Leveling like anime adaptation, I think. Like, I stand by it. Like, I feel like there's going to be a lot more that will, like, that will reference stuff like Freerun and, like, Windbreakers than, like, Solo Leveling ever really will, you know?
I'm worried that the thing that I'm worried about with Solo Leveling getting so many flowers for, not necessarily deserved categories, is that it's going to have a Sword Art Online effect.
Okay.
Where now we're gonna have, you know how like Sword Art Online was like, oh, it's redefining the isekai genre, and now it's just like one dude gets isekai'd into another world, he's way better than everybody, and all of the girls are just like into him, and it doesn't matter how like milquetoast he is, like nah, that's it, you know. We're gonna get a bunch of fucking action shows who don't understand how to do action very well, and who are gonna just be like, oh, but he's a model citizen, and he doesn't need girls hanging all over him to be so cool, and actually he's not interested in love or romance, he's only interested in getting stronger, and I don't think that's gonna do good, like generally, not in the anime industry, not in like any other industry. I think it's just gonna lead to a bunch of boring milquetoast like people, you know?
I mean, yeah, entirely possible, and like
I don't think it should have gotten all these flowers.
All I'm going to do is just not watch them. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is another Soul Leveling, like, cool, y'all have fun. And then, like, I'll find something else to do.
God. We'll find better. It's like, at the same time that I'm very excited that, like, Freerun is someone's first anime, I am really upset that Solo Leveling is someone's first anime. Yeah, you know?
I hear that.
There's someone who's coming into anime who's like, oh yeah, I read the Solo Leveling manhwa, and now I'm going to watch the anime, and oh my god, all the anime's like this? And then it's not going to be like that, and they're going to be like, I don't care about all these other shows that have them rely on their friends. Why can't they just do everything by themselves, you know?
Yeah.
Ugh. Fucking JJK had better action than Solo Leveling. And JJK didn't even get to finish their animation.
Well, JJK did win last year, and it did win the first season also when it came out.
Yeah.
It ended up with Anime of the Year both years.
Yeah. And it just got the Hindi Best Performance VA this time, which like,
yeah, and I think that's just because it was delayed, you know.
Yeah, should have got Best OP.
Honestly, it was a good OP.
I think our Blue, with everything that happens in that series, in that season specifically, is so fucking good.
Wait,
and you're telling me that like that didn't get it?
I think our no. Hold on, because like
our Blue is for the hidden inventory arc.
Yeah, but I think it didn't it get it last year?
Did it?
I'm checking like right now.
That's the first half of season 2,
right? But so yeah, it did. Where Our Blue is due to Kaisen season 2 hidden inventory premature death. Yeah, it did win 2024.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it won the year that it came out. Like, that's what I mean. The Hindi one came out, got this award because, like, the Hindi dub didn't come out until the season afterward.
Soka.
Yeah, like, JJK swept last year for season 2, and it swept 3 years before when the first season came out.
Good, it should have.
Yeah, they just have these here.
I'm really glad that ReZero beat out Suicide Squad. I don't think Suicide Squad should have been on that list at all.
Honestly, I hope WB is embarrassed that they made the Suicide Squad isekai to begin with.
Mm-hmm. I know they put it on here because it's Wit Studio. I get that, but
no.
I
mean, I think I don't remember.
Also, Shangri-La Frontier shouldn't be on there. That's not an isekai.
Yeah, but they're just fucking around, honestly.
Words mean things, though.
No, I agree with you, but I'm also saying that the people that are doing this sometimes they just don't take this shit seriously.
I hate them.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna get them.
But I don't know. 2025 felt like it was kind of a light year, and I'm not super angry about it, but I think a lot of this stuff, short of the soul leveling sweep, I think it's fine. The people that enjoyed solo leveling really enjoyed solo leveling. There were a lot more people that tuned into anime everywhere because solo leveling was happening. But it felt like it was a stacked deck from the beginning, because a lot of these are for ongoing series or for series that have done well over the past couple of years. And fucking the solo leveling manga came out fucking 10 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just a very late adaptation. So it's gotta win. No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It is it's 9 years ago. The first pages came out in July of 2016, and then it was republished in November of the same year. And so solo leveling got this because it was a business decision and not because it was the prevailing art of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a bummer. And that's what I'm talking about. I personally don't like solo leveling for a couple of reasons, and you can hold that against me, but I'm specifically talking about honoring the year's crop. And this one seems really late, and I don't think that's a good enough reason just for it to win again basically everything.
I agree.
Yeah. But award shows do this all the time, and
I hate that. I genuinely hate that. I don't think that should be a factor.
Right. I agree with you. I'm just not sure what to do about it, because I know the reasons that it happens are intricate and varied, and I don't know what to do about them all at once. Maybe all at once is not the thing we have to do, but chipping away at it is probably something that we should get started on doing, and I don't know what the weakest link is yet.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
If you ever hear us accepting money to sing the praises of a particular anime or video game, that's it. That's the end of the show.
Just know that I'm dead, actually.
Yeah, I'm also dead. I'm dead and my body is being reanimated against my will. That's not my voice, that's AI. God, I'm so mad about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything we can do about it, though.
I understand that. I disagree. I think there are things that can be done. I just don't know which is the way that makes the dominoes fall. I think there's a couple of vulnerabilities that are worth hitting, but I don't know if that shifts things in a way that leads to real change quickly.
I think one of the ways to do it is to limit how many categories something can be put up for.
I'm okay with that. It's weird that so many, I get if they actually break through, even if it's not an actual hard limit, you know what I mean? I think it should be very hard for something that is up for one category to be pushed into something that's in the same spot. If I'm looking at this list of categories, right?
Right.
Fucking solo leveling 1 anime of the year, which is probably the last one that goes out, right? But I feel if it's up for anime of the year, and even if it came out the same year, I think it should be very hard for it to win Best New Series.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It's just I feel like
I think if it's anime of the year, you already know it's the Best New Series. So next,
I feel like I'm looking at some of these, for example, anime of the year and best main character. I think that solo leveling has to win that because it has basically one character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just
everyone
like,
else has like a number of characters, you know? And the fact that fucking Dandadan got both of their main characters in best main character, I don't think like that feels fair, but also that feels like cheating.
yeah.
I feel like you have to pick one of them. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I think the same thing happened in best supporting character, where there were two characters from the same series.
It was like 2 free runs. Yeah, it was Fern and Himmel.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
That's cheating. One of them is the best supporting character. It's either Fern or it's Himmel.
Yeah.
Also, they did the same thing down here. Seiko and Turbo Granny. Yeah. Only one of them should be in there. You know? You gotta give... It's important, I think, that more anime have space to exist. You know?
Yeah, I hear that. But who knows what kind of ship Sony's running right now?
Ugh. I don't like it. I didn't like it also when the 1 year that like My Hero season 2 won like everything. Yeah. Best boy, best girl, best action, best OP, best ED, like the whole thing. Like, and I'm like, no, it was not that good.
That's another thing, like, because that's straight up a business decision. Like, what it is that, like, it's Crunchyroll realizing, oh, we have the rights to My Hero Academia. People love My Hero Academia. Season 2 had some really great moments. Let's make sure the people that missed it, make sure that they got to check it out. So then when they look at an awards list like this, they're like, oh, My Hero Academia won, like, 7 categories. It must be good. Let me make sure I check it out.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm sick of these guys. I don't want to deal with this.
That's super not how that works, you know?
Yeah.
And it feels like it makes the whole award show feel cheap and like not reflective of not just like the industry as it is, but also of like the anime viewer experience, whether you're someone who watches tons of anime or whether you're someone who only watches like a couple anime.
I kind of feel like this like only happens with like, you know, award shows that end up also being like stage shows. Like, you know, like even like the Game Awards. Well, Game Awards has its own problems, but like it definitely has a lot of this kind of stuff happening. And like these issues just do not fucking exist in the DICE Awards. Like I feel like every time they do the DICE Awards and like they do it, you know, with like their closed voting, it's all industry heads. And like it's after the Game Awards stuff happened, and they're just talking about who did the best things in their craft that year. And like whenever I look up the DICE Awards like results, I don't agree with every single one of them, but when I look at them, I'm like, that makes sense. I hear what you guys are doing. That make like, and it feels like they made a choice, and like not like a business choice, you know, like they made a decision about the art that was produced that year and what it means to the industry. And I think that's cool. And like I don't feel like these kinds of decisions, like what happens with Crunchyroll, what happens with the Game Awards, what happens with the fucking Oscars or the Grammys, don't deserve to be discussed in the same breath.
Because they're like, just fundamentally wrong.
Like, it's just like the Crunchyroll Awards are like effectively an advertisement. And like, I don't want to look to them as an advertisement. I want to know, I want to look to these awards and feel like I got some sort of insider knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, this is what the industry cares about. This is what they're looking at. And like, I know that like when they do these shows that are produced for the public, they end up this way. But like, I don't know if that's a good enough reason for them to exist. That's what
I don't think it is, you know?
Yeah.
And I understand, like, I feel like the Crunchyroll Anime Awards very specifically, like, started as a, like, love letter to, like, hey, not a lot of people know what's happening in this space. Like, let's show them. Right, you know? Right, and now it's not doing that. And it hasn't for a while.
Right.
And it's just, you know?
I kind of feel bad bringing it up now because, like, I'm realizing that, like, this actual, like, awards, while we have historically cared about them, they are kind of becoming a waste of time. Maybe I should look into other anime award shows that we can try to, like, look to see if we can get the kind of knowledge that we're looking for.
Maybe. I mean, I think it's also unfair for some of these shows. Like Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night was on for, I think, best new series or best drama. And like it was beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can agree. Absolutely stunning on a number of like levels.
Mm-hmm.
However, not on Crunchyroll, and so therefore not available for most of the audience that was voting in these anime awards.
Right, yeah.
And that feels like cheating. I know it's not cheating, but it feels like it.
That's another thing. Like, because I feel like the industry people, like if you're industry and this is on the list, you need to be able to watch it. Although I have to mention that this past year was the first year that the Oscars made it a requirement for everyone to watch something in a category before voting on it, which apparently wasn't a requirement before.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, right.
That's stupid.
Yep.
What the hell? How you vote on something you haven't seen?
Well, I think what happens is that they didn't vote for it, you know?
Oh my god. They're just like, oh yeah, I saw this one and that one was good. That's it. God, that feels dumb.
I mean, it's because it is.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Great.
Yeah.
I know I'm right on that one.
Yeah. Like basically when that was publicized, there were several thousands of people just kind of looking at the news and like, wait, what have they been doing up until now? And it's like,
yeah,
well,
what do you mean? What do you mean you haven't seen everything that's up for voting? What have you been watching?
Yeah.
What do you do? Like if something is not available or you haven't seen something in a category, why would you presume to have any kind of authority over anything in that category? Don't vote for any of them then.
Yeah. Like honestly, I think they did that there, or rather there wasn't a requirement before so that they could actually like get the votes. You know what I mean? And then like that's why there were like these big like for your consideration campaigns, which are just to get the thing in front of people so they can know that they're being nominated to look out for it. But also like the year that Netflix started putting out stuff that was up for like consideration, they were like finding like voting members and like sending them like fruit baskets and stuff. And it's like, oh yeah, Netflix, like, we appreciate your consideration. Oh, did you hear that we made a movie this year? It's called this. And it's just to put the name in their head. Who knows if they watched it or not, you know, because sometimes that's enough to get the vote. Sometimes.
Oh my God. No.
You're right.
You will not get my vote by just buying me a fruit basket. I want that on the record.
But what if you're super busy, Tegan?
No.
What if you're super involved in the industry and there's just 45 other things that you do, and then your assistant has asked you for the 6th time this month that you have to submit your votes for this thing?
That's so great. That's so cool. If it was a priority, I would make time for it. You know, obviously it's not a priority. So it's the thing I'm dropping. Like, you know, oh, if everyone cares about my opinion so much, they'll give me time to watch the stuff, you know? I don't know. I'm also under no delusions that I'm the most specialist boy and that everybody wants my vote. You know?
I mean, it could be if it's the last vote.
Oh. Well, then they will respect that I need time to watch it.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I just think too highly of other people. Maybe I just assume too much. I went back and I watched a shit ton of stuff before I did my votes. This is stupid.
Turns out you care more about anime than I guess a lot of the voters.
God, it turns out.
Oh man. What do you want to do now, Six?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
We're in charge today.
It's true.
Do whatever we want.
I want to tell everyone to watch Kowloon Generic Romance. It's weird, but in a good way.
You know what? Good. It is weird, but in a good way. It kind of reminds me, just like I want to say based on vibes, like exclusively of early Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's like Ghost in the Shell, but if it wasn't sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Windbreaker is doing really well. Like the first season is, you know, it's all killer, no filler for the first season. And then like the second season has decided to take all these characters and make them like rebelled specifically against toxic masculinity. And I think that's really cool.
toxic masculinity is dead. They dance now.
They dance now.
I mean, they still dance with their fists. Like, the premise is not lost, but
Mm-hmm. Also, Witch Watch is fun. I hope Witch Watch wins a bunch of rewards, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing. I don't think Witch Watch will win anything.
No, I don't think it will, but imagine if it did. I think that would be a better world.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that.
That's fair.
I don't know if it would be a better world.
Fair enough.
I think it would be a interesting world, but I don't think it would be better necessarily. I am enjoying Witch Watch.
For sure.
And it is like absolutely like a bright spot in what have been some miserable days. But I don't know, like, I would give it like maybe best comedy, you know?
Okay.
So far, of the ones we've seen. Which are important caveats. Apparently.
Yeah. Oh, G-Quex wins something. That's like not obviously Gundam coded.
I hope G-Quex wins so many things, actually. I would put G-Quex in multiple categories, yeah.
They're doing a good job. And like Gundam is like very interested in courting a new audience, which I think is cool.
I think it's G-Quex is an interesting way to get people into Gundam who have been resistant to the Gundam formula.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like it's tricking people a little bit. In a way that other Gundams haven't tried.
Like I get like the feeling of trickery. I just feel like because the Gundam stuff is still there, you know, and like if you have beef with the Gundam stuff, you're just gonna have beef with G-Quex. Like that's fine. But like I feel like it's trying to give something else to an audience that that other people would be interested in. It's just separate from the Gundam formula.
Yeah.
And like, you know, but like the all the trappings of Gundam are there. So if you don't actually like Gundam and people are trying to pitch you on G-Quex, you probably won't like it because it's still Gundam. But like if you haven't been sure about Gundam and you felt like Gundam hasn't specifically spoken to you before, maybe G-Quex is saying something different. That's what I'm saying.
Yep. I agree.
I'm wondering if the next One Piece episode's going to hit like they wanted to.
You mean the one that we're watching tonight?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Also, I think this isn't like a single like episode. I think this is like an arc. I think we're going to do this for a little while.
Yeah, I think we're going to do this for like 2 more episodes probably.
Well, I'd say 2 more if it was a normal show. I'm willing to bet something like 5 to 7.
For this specific part?
I think so. Maybe.
See, I think 2 more episodes and then we get a cutback. You know?
That could be cool.
Because there are multiple other things happening that are related.
That's true. Yeah.
So I think they show us a bunch of stuff, then they give us a cutback so we have a little more context, and then they go back. You know?
Yeah, like I feel like they've put characters in places. It's like, okay, that makes sense, but it hasn't. There's no Eureka yet, and maybe we get a Eureka and then a cutback. I don't know if that happens in 2 episodes.
That's fair.
Also, suddenly like the varied like art styles of like 2B Hero X makes sense to me now that I know about like the voting system.
Oh yeah,
yeah, because like, I mean, it's possible that like the various art styles are like a design choice specifically, but and you might hate this, Teagues.
Hang on, for people who don't know about the voting system,
right?
Can you tell them about the voting system?
Sure. 2B Hero X is actually running online polls to decide what happens to the various heroes that exist in the world of 2B Hero X. So you can vote online on your character and like what will happen to them to help define particular storylines as the anime is continuing to release. And so
it's very much like an Alien stage situation.
A little bit, yeah.
But the episodes are coming out like now, you know? Like in the polls are open, they are closed, and then the episode is made.
Right. And the conflicting anime styles and the fact that there is this kind of voting system in place has introduced a very interesting question in my brain that I have not been able to dispel yet, which is, what if someone made an anime? No, not someone. What if a studio or several studios, maybe even a conglomerate, made an anime built in the agile system?
Oh,
right. So because the various art styles are consistent, there's just 5 or 6 of them. So what if they just have 5 or 6 different studios basically piecemealing various plot lines, and they just kind of hodgepodge them together based on the results of the poll?
God. I don't like that.
I told you might not like it.
That feels bad in my brain. That means that there's 5 or 6 different studios that are potentially experiencing crunch simultaneously for one show.
Yeah.
And what happens if your part of the animation isn't chosen because of what happens in the polls?
F.
Are you just not paid for that then?
Who knows? I don't want to think about what these contracts look like, honestly.
Oh God, these contracts sound like hell.
Yeah.
This sounds like a nightmare in a whole new way.
I thought it was neat at first, there's a bunch of art styles. That's weird. But these don't seem consistent. These don't seem like part of a unifying vision. And then I hear plot lines are decided by vote. Oh, wait. But what if whoever's doing the 3D animation doesn't do the 2D comic storyboard stuff or whatever? What if those are just straight up different people? And it's that might explain what's happening here.
I wonder if the 3D people get the solid story beats, the things that aren't affected by the polls, because that's definitely the majority of the show.
I could believe that.
And then the people with the 2D animation styles are the only people who get to know what the poll results are.
Ooh, what if it's worse? What if it's
I don't like it. I don't want it to be worse.
what if the reason some sections are just 2D or comic book or storyboard is because something won that they didn't expect to win, and it was further along the chain, but it was something that you could put on air.
Oh God.
Right.
That's, you know what, this isn't even gonna get a fine, I guess. This is gonna get I'm gonna turn to Brian for a minute.
Yeah, right.
I don't like it. That sounds like a nightmare for everyone involved.
Yeah.
The poor writers, the poor voice actors. Oh boy. That's gotta be crazy.
There's just multiple times over the course of the season. It's okay, so we'll do these because these seem like the front runners in the poll, and they're probably going to pick those. And then they call everyone back in an emergency meeting. Hey, the 5th place dark horse won the poll. We have to come back in and have everyone re-record their lines. And it's just oh.
And you have to do it right now. You can't do it if you're even an hour late, this won't make it out in time.
Right.
Crazy. Oh God. That's crazy. There have to be so many animators working on this.
Yeah, I would believe that. Yeah.
I'm sure it's only it's probably 6 studios of 4 people each or whatever, But I would want it to be 3 teams of a morning a morning shift, a day shift and a night shift, so that everyone is still getting 8 hours of sleep and 8 hours and 3 square meals and everything else,
Yeah.
This anime is out of China. They have the population to potentially be able to do that,
Presumably, yeah.
As far as bodies in chairs.
Bodies in chairs, yeah. Talent, who knows? I forgot that most of the King's Avatar is still on Crunchyroll. I might rewatch the King's Avatar.
King's Avatar?
Yeah. King's Avatar was sick.
I have some silly shows I have to like catch up on, which makes me sad, you know?
Yeah, that.
I need to finish watching I need to restart Anyway, I'm Falling in Love with You, which is actually like the premise really sweet. It's this adult woman reminiscing about her high school experience, like, and being like, oh, maybe my high school experience was more romantic than I thought it was while I was living it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And it's literally like looking back with like the nostalgia goggles firmly in place, baby, you know? And I think that's fun. It's a different way of doing like a high school anime. Because a lot of times it's like, oh, but this is told by the people as they are in the moment. And this is very much like, nope, this is a whole ass adult who is remembering what it was like 4 years ago when she was in high school and thinking like, oh, maybe it wasn't that bad, you know? Because like they very much specifically say like, oh yeah, like COVID is a thing.
Let's go.
Like everything, all their senior spring events have been canceled because of COVID.
Yeah.
And like, bleh. I don't know, it's just neat.
I'm with it.
There's so many anime to catch up on, though. Oh well. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, or it won't be.
This is the truth.
And then next season, also, we have so many things to watch already.
True.
I did a good job, I think. I pared it way down already.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's a list at the end of 11 shows that I'm like, I think we will like this. I don't think Anime Club will like this. And so it's just like I'm not even proposing these ones to the club, but we can watch them.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
I think there are some good ones. And there's definitely one in here that is specifically built for you.
Yeah?
Yeah. It involves exactly two major themes are math and cooking.
Could be sick.
I'm really excited. It looks good. The food looks amazing. Like, very well done. So I believe this person, whoever is behind this one, has a passion for both of those things.
Oh, yeah. I really love how food animation has advanced over the years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, Teeks. How do you feel about calling it a show?
I think this is a show.
Okay. You want to do the outro?
Yeah, sure. I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for checking out Impossible Coin. We do this every week. Well, no, that's a lie. We do this every other week now. And you can check it out wherever podcasts are found, except Spotify. Nope, that's a lie. Except SoundCloud. Fuck SoundCloud. SoundCloud's also you decided to train an AI on everything that's uploaded to SoundCloud. So you should not be able to find us there anymore at all.
Also, I do want to quickly mention here, one of the podcasts that I was on as a dumbass 20-something, the Mighty Sad Boys podcast, will no longer be on SoundCloud at the end of June. So if you want to try to sneak in and find out what I was like back then, you can check it out, but you won't be able to after. I promise.
Then it'll just be a secret.
Haha.
There's music at the beginning and the end of this show. It is done by our kid brother Big Sach. You can find him at betweenrooms.bandcamp.com. And I believe also on Twitter, X, at BigSach_NJ.
No,
yeah?
Hillary _Swank.
Oh, Hillary _Swank. That's right. I'm so good at this. You can tell I pay attention. Our logo is a t-shirt. It was done by Laura Moran. You can find Laura Moran on Blue Sky at Laura Moran, or at her Patreon, where you can give her a couple dollars because she does great work. And none of us have any idea how Brian got her to do our logo, but it looks great. You can find Rocky and I at Blue Sky or over on Twitch at the Impossible Coin Twitch channel, where we stream throughout the week, and every Saturday we do Splatoon Saturdays. Also, all of the VODs for everything you have missed are up now, or going up on our YouTube channel, which is also Impossible Coin, no dashes, underscores, anything like that. If you see something, say something to one of us.
True.
You know? Is that it? I think that's it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Alright, bye.
Thank you for podcast.
It's official.